Hey guys, Toby here from Had the Fitness. Alright, so as I said earlier, in my last vlog, so basically getting a vlog done each day, so it's pretty much when I'm on the go. Because most people know, or most people that do videos and all that kind of stuff, I get a really good idea. I think of all the relative information. I do some searching on PubMed, find out the relevant information for a 2 or 3 minute video. If I leave it till like the next day or the following day, I'll forget all the information and I kind of forget the motivation for that actual video. So, but this morning I'm out here at Starbucks, and what I wanted to talk about is coffee. So I'm running a cold brew here. Cold brew, cheer brew. Alright, so cold brew, basically that's a long black basically with ice, because it's summer here in Australia, so it's a pretty shit day here at the moment. But anyway, we're going to crack into this vlog. So caffeine is the main ingredient that comes out of coffee. So what I'm also referring this to is caffeine and coffee are, it's not for everyone, but for the people that do take it, I'm just going to give some of the benefits. So there is actually there is a lot of research that supports coffee or caffeine. So the biggest thing with like thermogenics, like fat loss or strippers, appetite suppressants, they all use caffeine. And as a thermogenic, it raises your core body temperature as well and suppress your appetite. That's just what caffeine does. So you look at the main ingredients on like OxyShred or any sort of weight loss tablet, unless it's Germline, which is basically like a narcotic. It's going to have caffeine in it, green tea leaf extracts, which is a form of caffeine, and some other bits and pieces. So like that, yeah. So basically it might just be a caffeine pill with some other bits of shit that you're paying like out your backside for. But anyway, so the benefits of actual caffeine themselves, coffee itself, if you get your caffeine intake from coffee, from the actual coffee beans, is reduced risk of Alzheimer's, improved cognitive function. This one's good. Improved one repetition max. So it's actually going to improve your lifts. Anyone knows that they've had a coffee before going in the gym, coffee before doing anything. So you have an inverted U. So basically it's your anxiety levels against performance, and depending on how much caffeine you have, it reaches a certain point and your anxiety and flight hormones, so testosterone and all that, adrenaline, go up, and then you reach a certain point where it's not really that productive and you're kind of crippled with anxiety. Caffeine can help to a certain extent and then not so much after that. So just remember, caffeine performance is actually really good. So improves that one repetition max, improves cognitive function, improves delayed muscle soreness by up to about, studies say anywhere from, it says 48%, but personally, if you do a little bit of active recovery, you have a coffee, depending on how much caffeine you actually drink. So I'm a double shot person, so if I have 2 or 3 coffees, man, I'm good to go. It's going to reduce my delayed muscle soreness by 48%. Even though that's a bit of a like very direct number, we'll just say between 40 to 50%. So if you're doing active recovery, having a coffee, doing a bit of stretching, warming up, then you should be able to back up relatively every second or third day post doing a big leg session or a big upper body session, depending on your periodization. So it also improves muscle endurance as well. So that comes along with cognitive function, so that psychology behind your actual workouts. So you'll go into the gym, you'll be more motivated, you'll get in more intensity, more volume. And if you work out more frequently, that's a bigger driver for muscle hypertrophy. That being said, the trade-offs are that you are going to get hooked on caffeine if you do take it roughly every day. How many people, because it is the most it is the most recreational used drug in the world. So how many people, like, oh, I can't function without a coffee, and they use that as an excuse every day, which is complete utter BS. So have training sessions, maybe your big leg days, have a coffee or have your pre-trainer. Pre-trainer is actually relatively good, given if it has good ingredients in it. I can't remember any decent ones off the top of my head. I change mine all the time. depending on what kind of amino acids it has in it, whether it has creatine and actual caffeine. It can be cheaper. Like this cold brew that I just got, it cost me like $5, considering that you're taking one of those every day before your workout. Buying like a 30 serve pre-trainer tub might work out to be like 80 cents to $1 a serve, so that's probably a better choice. But don't get me wrong, coffee has more antioxidants than anything in the Western diet, more than blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Coffee is relatively very healthy. The pros definitely outweigh the cons. Everyone's like, a lot of people get caught up in all the BS like research, but obviously it's not for everyone. They're either gonna like it or they're not. Like personally, I didn't really like it, and then I kind of just got hooked on it, and I've been drinking coffee straight for like the last 5 years. I'm 26, so I didn't drink coffee up until I was roughly 21. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Don't get hooked on it. So have training sessions where you don't use it, and have training sessions where you do. Don't have it like if you're a person that goes to bed at say between 8 to midnight, don't have it after between 3 to 5 o'clock. So it kind of stuffs up your circadian rhythms and all that kind of stuff, and you can stay a little bit, like some people would say, like you're wired. You'd be like, you're on the go. You'd be wired before you go to bed, so you're not going to get that like fifth stage of deep sleep. That's kind of the that's when it can be counterproductive. Also with the caffeine, like obviously it can give you anxiety, so too much can give you a fair bit of anxiety, make you feel a little bit jittery and weird. Like there's heaps of other benefits, but I can't even cover it in a half an hour video, so you pretty much just have it some weeks. Make sure you have it. If you've been having it for like 5 or 6 weeks straight, maybe have a week off and have green tea instead. You can even have green tea extract, which has a little bit more natural caffeine in it. I would maybe suggest doing that. But yeah, so make sure you wean yourself off so you're not hooked on it. You don't need it all the time. But the best times I can recommend actually having it would be, there's a fair bit of research that supports when your cortisol man, sorry, I'm having a shocker here. When your cortisol levels actually rise and lower throughout the day. So that first rise is when you first wake up. So you'd have it post 1 to 2 hours waking up. So generally if you rise at say between 6 or 7, that first spike for 90% of people would be about 9 o'clock, and then the drops midday, and then everyone knows you get real tired and lethargic around 3 o'clock, so have another one around that 1 to 3 o'clock period. So there's 2 rises, so the best time to actually have coffee would be 9 and 3 o'clock in the 9 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're a night shift worker, yeah, pretty much just try and limit your caffeine intake to, the recommendations is around 200 to 400 milligrams a day, depending on your lean body mass, how it affects you, and your fat-free mass and all that kind of stuff. But it's about 2 to 3 coffees a day. Any more than that, you're probably stimulating yourself a little bit too much. The biggest thing to note when you take pre-trainers is how much bloody caffeine it has in it. I know the one I take, 1 scoop's 150 milligrams. That's 2.5 coffees. That's a lot. So if you're double scooping it, then having a coffee after your workout, yeah, you're probably going to be a little bit too wide. And also, creatine and caffeine actually support each other, and it helps with the ATP-CP function, which is that which is the anaerobic process in the Krebs cycle in regards to your muscles, synapses, and how they actually contract and relax. So that's that energy process that causes that contraction. So the creatine phosphate and the adenzo triphosphate is that actual chemical that creates that reaction. So having caffeine and creatine together, previously some research showed that it inhibited creatine uptake, but there's some new literature out that supports creatine and coffee working hand in hand and helping with upregulation and ATP-CP function, which is the anaerobic process of muscle contraction and relaxation. Sorry, there's a lot of big words in there. So basically, it's going to help with the uptake of that actual creatine. So caffeine supports that. So don't worry about having caffeine and creatine at the same time. It's all good. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this vid up here. So much for a 3 to 5 minute video. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure you like and subscribe. Any comments below, any topics that you want covered, make sure you drop them below, and I'll catch you in the next one.